San Francisco Giants baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group.
Los Angeles is home to beautiful beaches, Hollywood, and, of course, the Dodgers. And tonight, San Francisco plays host to one of baseball's greatest rivalries for the first time this season. Filled with countless heart-pounding moments, the Giants and Dodgers have done battle for over 50 years on the West Coast. Tonight, the rivalry comes north next. The Giants are back home, and they are happy about that as they welcome in the Dodgers in Game 1 of this three-game series. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. An emotional series in Oakland, that's over with. Now, an emotional series here against the Dodgers. And Mike, Game 1, it's all about Barry Zito. What does he have to do?
Well, Barry Zito needs to get back to the inside corner. That was something he was very successful in dominating early in the year. These last three starts, 14 and a third innings pitched, 17 runs allowed, simply because he's making mistakes out of the plate. He needs to take back the inside corner. That will be the key tonight. All right, and tonight, no Buster Posey. He is not in the starting lineup tonight. When we come back, there are two more games left in this series after tonight. Amy G, she's going to take a look at those two games and what's in store. She'll do that right after this.
Giants baseball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Toyota. Check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today.
Interleague play is all done, and your San Francisco Giants are home, ready to kick off a 7-game homestand, beginning with a 3-game set against their NL West foe, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Welcome back to AT&T Park. I'm Amy Gutierrez. The Dodgers here at AT&T Park for the first time this season, and it is going to be a big 3-game set as your San Francisco Giants sit just 3 back of the first-place Dodgers, and over the next 3 games have a chance to gain some ground in the standings. Pitching matchups will be a focal point, and it is our forward right choice this evening as we take a look at who's squaring off against whom over the next 3 days. Zito, of course, kicking things off for the Giants tonight. He will square off against hard-throwing rookie right-hander Nate Eovaldi. Tuesday, Vogelsong, who's performing this season and making a case to be a repeat all-star selection. He's going to go up against southpaw Clayton Kershaw. You'll remember the Giants got to him back in May. And Wednesday, they wrap it up with day game action as Tim Lincecum, coming off probably his best outing this season last Friday in Oakland, will square off against Chad Billingsley. Billingsley struggling some this season, but he always performs strong when it comes to the Giants. All right, a lot of action over the next 3 days. It's going to be a lot of fun. Kruk and Kipe will be back with lineups and first pitch, but we are going to kick it out to Willie Mays Plaza for an update right after these messages. The guys are standing by. Stay with us.
ground rules being taken over by Don Mattingly and Ron Wotus. It is a nice night for baseball. Our game time weather is brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk is open daily. 60 degrees here at the yard. Winds at 14 miles per hour. The humidity is high and it is partly cloudy. Giants take the field, and the lineup that Barry Zito will be facing, it'll go like this. It'll be D. Gordon, the very speedy D. Gordon in the leadoff spot, followed by Herrera and then Ethier. Juan Rivera will be the cleanup hitter. Then it's Hairston, Ellis, and Uribe. Batting eighth will be Tony Gwynn Jr. And then Nathan Eovaldi will be on the hill, and he'll be pitching ninth.
On the hill for the Giants tonight will be the 12-year veteran Barry Zito. This will be start number 15 for Zito. 5-5 in the year with an ERA 4.35. His last three starts, he has hit a bump in the road. 14 1/3 innings pitched, 17 earned runs. For him to be successful tonight, he's going to have to dominate that inside part of the plate to righties, and he can do that with the cut fastball. That has been a good weapon for him. Along with that cut, you'll see a curveball, a slider, and a changeup, and he will throw anything at any time. Let's take a look at the grips from Barry Zito on the pitches that he does throw. First of all, the four-seam fastball with that thumb tucked underneath the middle finger. And then you see the two-seam fastball, and he moves that thumb underneath the forefinger. And you've got the curveball with the pressure point on the forefinger. Not many guys do that, and most guys use the middle finger. That's his curveball. And then there's the circle change, one of the best changeups on the Giants staff. It's a good one, and it's been a good pitch for him his entire career. Take a look at what he throws and when. He throws a slider more than the fastball. Tells you how much confidence he's got in that pitch. And the curveball changeup, those two specialty pitches are about equally. See the average speed of the fastball, 84 miles per hour. He tops out around 87. You'll see more 84s than 87s. Against these Dodgers, lifetime 6-9 with a 3.99 ERA. That's in 22 starts. In 133 lifetime innings against the Dodgers, he has struck out 100 of the men in blue.
Andy faced the Dodgers on May 7th, and the Giants lost that ball game 9-1. Part of the 6-9 lifetime record. So we're just about ready for the first pitch of this ball game. This is game one of a three-game series. Giants are back in town after a 9-game road trip where they went 4-5. So with Gordon at the plate, Sandoval in at third, Belton at first, the first pitch of the ball game is high. So we get underway at 7:15.
Pretty extreme defensive set to defend against D. Gordon, who has lots of speed.
Home plate umpire Gary Cedarstrom said that pitch is low. So Zito's been high and Zito's been low.
See, the three men underline are pretty much out of position from a normal defensive set. Taking away the bunt, third baseline. You're having play in a little bit shallow with Terrio at second. And a little shallow with Bell at first.
So Cedarstrom says that pitch is high. Well, the umpires, I mentioned Cedarstrom, Barksdale, Culbreth, and Adrian Johnson from first to third. Zito's trying to figure out where that pitch is.
Well, Cedarstrom is a low ball umpire, and he's a guy. Let's take a look at the defense first. Starting in left field will be Cabrera, Pagan, and Blanco. Crawford and Sandoval will be on the left side of the infield. Terrio and Bell on the right side, and Hector Sanchez will be in the squad, putting down the signs. In regards to Cedarstrom, a low ball umpire, and he'll call to the glove. You're not going to get many pitches that are outside the knees. You've got to be pretty accurate, but if you can hit your catcher, you'll get a lot of wide strikes.
Here's Herrera, who shortens up to bunt, and a strike is called.
See a pitch up around the belt, you're not going to get too many of those high strikes from Cedarstrom. But you don't get too many of those high strikes around the league. Most umpires pretty much like those knee highs more than belts.
Herrera at 272. Here he bounces this one to Terrio. 4, 6, 3, 2 down. You gotta like that.
Well, that's about how you can wipe out a leadoff walk in a hurry. And this was tailor-made, just the right speed. And with the speed on the base pass, it had to be hit sharply and right at somebody. And that's exactly what Ryan Terrio got. Perfect feed, chest high. And Crawford does the rest with a flip throw over the belt.
Here's Ethier. Ethier at 294. 10 home runs, 55 RBIs.
Hasn't had great success against Zito. 182 lifetime.
Yeah, that works out 6 for 33. And he fouls this one out of play, and it's 0-1. The Dodgers just coming off playing a 3-game series in Anaheim. There's a nice catch. And the Angels took 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. You can't say LA anymore. Well, Dodgers took or lost to the 2 out of 3 to the LA Angels. Don Mattingly, who's done a fine job this season. Dodgers 13 games over 500. Ethier rolls this one foul. Zito threw that pitch down and in, and it's 1-2.
And we'll look to the way that he can control both sides of the corners of the play. I mean, that's going to really be a key for him. Because in his last 3 outings, he made a lot of mistakes out in the middle of the plate. He does not have the kind of stuff that will allow him to do that. He's got to stay in the corners. He has to be fine with his control.
Again, in on the hands of Ethier.
And that's exactly where Hector Sanchez wanted it. Oh, yeah. See the high target? They want that thing on the inside corner above the hands, and that was a perfect pitch. That was a dart. Trip 20.
Low and away, blocked nicely by Sanchez. 2-2. Hector Sanchez was the catcher in the Giants' win on Friday night. That's the night where the Giants scored 4 runs in the 9th inning, and they hung on just barely to beat the A's 5-4. Ethier slowly hit. Charging is Crawford. Charging, throwing, got him inside, retired. Blanco, Terrio, Cabrera coming up. Look at AT&T Park from above. Here's Bruce Bochy's lineup. It'll be Blanco, Terrio, and Cabrera, followed by Angel Pagan. He's the cleanup hitter tonight. Then is Pablo Sandoval. Good numbers against the Dodgers lifetime. Belt, Sanchez. Crawford will hit 8th, and Zito will hit 9th.
On the mound tonight for the Dodgers will be the rookie right-hander Nathan Eovaldi. Eovaldi, 22 years of age, 6'2", 215-pounder, out of Alvin, Texas. And when you take your at-bats off him, you're going to have to be aware of 4 pitches: a fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. 5 starts, no wins, 3 losses, but a very stingy 2.35 ERA. He's pitched well. They just haven't gotten any runs.
So here's Blanco. Blanco hitting .254, 4 home runs, 17 RBIs. I think he's taking all the way, and he takes a pitch wide. 1 ball and no strikes.
They say when Eovaldi gets it going, he'll throw a lot of ground balls. He's got sink on the fastball.
2-0.
If you look at his motion, he really sinks that right arm as he drops it down. A little bit of a wrapper, cups his wrist. Kind of reminds you a little bit of Rick Sutcliffe, the way that he drops his arm and wraps.
Give you an idea how long that road trip was. Blanco had 37 at bats on the road trip, and he went 6 for 37. Here he bounces this one right at Rivera, and he's retired, 3 unassisted.
Let's take a look at the Dodgers defensively, starting in their outfield from left to right. Herrera, who really has done a nice job filling in for Matt Kemp. Gwynn and Ethier, that's your outfield. Gordon and Uribe on the left side. Hairston and Rivera on the right side. And A.J. Ellis will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Here's Terrio. Terrio takes low. Terrio 11 for 36 on the trip. Eovaldi's got like the windup we saw when we played.
Let's take a look at that windup from Exmo, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Now here's the arm drops down here, and watch him cup the wrist. There's a little wrap there. And when he winds up throwing, he's a short armer in his delivery.
Yep.
So you can see why he's had some success, because he's not an easy guy to pick up. He hides the ball well.
And the 2-0 pitch, or make that 3-0 pitch, is right down the middle of the plate. It's now 3-1. Out of play. Down the right field line. Boy, it's nice to be home. You know that?
Oh, feels like you've been away from this place for 2 months.
We're sitting back on an old couch right now.
I love this place. The gamer babes are here.
Terrio up the middle. Gordon to his left. He's going to stumble, and Terrio's aboard. We used to call that a heavy ball.
Well, I think by the time he got down to it, it may have weighed around 16 pounds, because it took him right down with it. Still a nice play from D. Gordon, who does have fantastic range. Just could not get his feet. If he'd have been able to get 1 foot underneath it as he came over, they may have had a chance to get him.
It's an OUT. For Terrio, though, the first 2 weeks he started to play, Gordon does not fall down. Here's the milkman. 351. And he takes a strike. Cabrera cooled off on the road. He was 11 for 40. Had a home run, 4 RBIs. He's just 1 for his last 18. Quick toss, and Terrio's back. Little pop up into shallow center field. Gordon going out, and it's going to fall. And had Gwynn come up with it, we might have another close play at second.
How hard is this a play for the runner at first base, Kite?
It's impossible, because you know that Gordon's got great speed, and then you realize he's not going to get it, but so does Tony Gwynn. If you get too far towards second, you're going to get picked off of first. If you don't get far enough, you're going to get forced at second. And Gwynn had thoughts.
Yeah, he definitely had it in his sights. He was going to make a throw.
Here's Pagan. Pagan at 296. A pitch not close. Pagan 5 for 32 on the road trip. That's a 156 average. 7 for his last 43. And that's foul. You start listening to some of these numbers of what some of the Giants hitters did on the road, and 4-5 sounds like a pretty good record. One ball and one strike. And Pagan sees that pitch for the first time, and it's now 1-2.
And he immediately turned around and questioned Gary Cedarstrom about that curveball. Situational hitting. Giants as a team with runners in scoring position and 2 outs, 29th. 26 with runners in scoring position. Just hasn't been good.
And Pagan just fights that off to see another pitch.
Well, the 96-mile-an-hour fastball from Eovaldi. You'll see his fastball go from 92 to 96 depending on the grip.
One and two. Two balls, two strikes. First time the Giants have ever seen Eovaldi. Coming in, they're 21-14 at home. Two balls, two strikes.
Great to be home.
Breaking ball hit on the ground, hits the bag, and it bounces over Rivera. Coming in to score is Terrio. To third goes Cabrera, and Pagan with a double, and the Giants lead 1-0.
And the first big break of this game goes by way of the Giants. Juan Rivera was probably going to get that ball, and at the very most it was going to be a productive out. And then all of a sudden it catches lightning in a bottle and it hits the base. And then here's the next base, hit over the head of Rivera. You don't normally see that. So an easy score for Terrio. One more look, high hopper, whoop.
And Melky Cabrera runs very well, so Rivera had to get to that. So here's Sandoval with the infield playing back. And Sandoval swings and fouls this one out of play.
One more look at the play, looking right down the first base line. One hop and whoop, right on top of the bag. First base umpire Lance Barksdale signaling fair.
So how's this inning going? Infield hit, the loop, and the double that hits the bag.
Well, I'm thinking maybe 3 breaks have gone by way of the Giants this early in the game.
One ball and one strike to Sandoval. Sandoval has had his struggles. He's 14 for his last 51. But since he's been back, he's only had 1 extra base hit. Lines this one down the right field line. That's a fair ball. It's going to knock him too. And the Panda is going to have a double. And it's 3-0 Giants. I'm not sure that one was squared up a whole lot either, but nevertheless, he hit it in the right spot.
Now we're going to make it our Ford Rice choice. The Giants coming up big time. Reverse the score position all of a sudden. This one right on the inside corner. A bent arm swing through the inside location. And hits it completely away from the defense. They had him played over in right center. So an easy score, 2 runs. And the Panda comes up big. And that's our Ford Wright choice. And you talk about getting this crowd into this game early. Thank you very much.
Here's Belt. Belt hitting .268. And he takes that big curveball for a strike. Belt on the road trip. He was one of the guys that helped the Giants win 4 games offensively. He went 11 for 27 with a home run and 5 RBIs. Takes that pitch high. And the great thing about Brandon Belt is when he's not hitting, he's still getting on base. He's got a .388 on base percentage. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
93 to run across the inside corner.
Swing a bit on the ground, backhanded by Hairston. His throw to first is in time. And moving over to third is Sandoval.
Nice play by Hairston and a nice play from Juan Rivera, the first baseman, digging that ball out of the dirt.
So here's Hector Sanchez.
Here's where you have to get greedy.
Yeah, absolutely. 273, 2 home runs, 19 RBIs for Hector Sanchez. Check swing roller, foul. Always aggravates a hitter when on the first pitch they have a check swing.
This is definitely a rookie right here. That ball got hit on the ground. Hit the dirt twice, went over to Juan Uribe, picked it up, flipped it over to Nathan Eovaldi. He looked at the ball, saw a scuff on it, threw it back in. What he doesn't understand is the scuff on a ball is free movement. If you know how to use the scuff, you take advantage of it. You don't throw it away.
Well, I've heard you say this before. So then there's only one way to explain this, Mike. There isn't anybody in the minor leagues that are teaching these kids what to do with a scuff.
Well, at least not in the Dodger organization. Especially a guy who throws as hard as Eovaldi. We've seen him top out at 96. You put a scuff on a baseball the size of a dime. And I'm talking about right in the middle of a horseshoe. And we're not talking 10 grade sandpaper. Just a nice little, oh, maybe 200 grade sandpaper. Just a little scuff. And you throw a fastball with that scuff on the right side as a right-hander on your ring finger side.
And a line drive and a base hit. And that's what you call getting greedy. It's 4-0.
And that's a 2-out knock, and you bet that is getting greedy. And that's a nice piece of hitting right there. I'll tell you what, he's so impressive with 2 strikes. 2 outs, 2 strikes. He really gears his ABs right back up the middle. Drops this ball right over the plate down at the knees. He goes right back over the plate, over the middle. Gets himself an RBI, and the Giants put 4 on the board, and they're not done yet. Just a very controlled swing, and that's controlling the bat head. And that's something we didn't think he was capable of doing when we first saw him in spring training. He was on a search and destroy mission every swing. He was over swinging, but he's taken some out, and now his 2-strike adjustment is really, it's nice. It's professional.
He may have learned a little of that from Sandoval, who chokes up a little bit, and so does Sanchez.
Just to finish that point about scuffing a ball, I mean, you don't have to do anything special with throwing it either. Just throw the fastball. Just throw it like you're throwing a rock. And you will get unbelievable movement, especially if you're throwing as hard as Eovaldi at 96.
Hangar 1, made here in San Francisco, California, is providing aerial coverage from their very own blimp. And they do a great job. So who's ever up there, thank you. Here's Crawford. Crawford takes a strike. Jay's running the camera up there, so Jay, thanks. Big bouncing ball, foul. If the blimp wants to go a little further east, I'd like to see what's going on in my backyard.
Well, whatever you want, big boy, we can do that.
And there might be a barbecue going on that I don't know about. There you go.
It looks like fun, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. Jim Miller is the pilot waving at us. Crawford hits this one on the ground to Hairston. This will retire the side, but the Giants with a 4 spot. After 1, 4-0 San Francisco.
AT&T. Find out what's possible with products and services from AT&T. Rethink possible.
Giants with 4 runs in the first inning. And Mike, I've asked you this before, but if you're Zito, what do you think? You think like it's 0-0? You think like it's 2-0?
Well, I mean, you definitely know you can challenge early in the strike zone. You don't have to nibble. There shouldn't be any walks when you have a 4-0 lead, but you also know that you have to pitch your game. You have to do what you do to get people out. And in order to keep the intensity, it's always good to go out there with the mindset that you're leading the game 1-0.
Or just throw the ball like you did in the first inning. So here's Juan Rivera. Rivera, big, strong, right-handed hitter. 265 with 3 home runs, 23 driven in. He's 7 for 29 with a couple of doubles and a home run. Lifetime off of Zito. And that's the pitch that Mike talked about and Bruce Bochy. More pitches on the inner half of the plate.
What you got to do. I mean, that cut is so effective because he runs that flat in on the hands of right-handers. And he'll jam a lot of guys. It doesn't have to be a high velocity pitch. It just has to be inside.
Zito walked the first hitter in the first. Now he walks Juan Rivera. Let's go to Amy G.
All right, Dwayne, I have an update for fans on Brian Wilson. I spent some time with the Giants head athletic trainer David Greshner today, who told me Brian is exactly where he should be on Tommy John rehab. Right now, they're working on strengthening his shoulder and flexibility in his elbow. His leg, where they took the tendon from, is completely healed. Dave also told me that rehab from Tommy John is extremely long and boring, so it's a mental grind, but Wilson's spirits are up and he's doing really well, and actually always more than he should be doing. Gentlemen.
All right, thanks, Amy. It's always nice to hear any story about Brian Wilson, because he is indeed not just one of our favorites, but this whole region adores Brian Wilson.
Even the Dodger fans like him. Really?
The guy to his left is not that thrilled that he was placed next to this guy. Plus he's about ready to take a snooze. 1 ball and no strikes.
That was Lou Holtz, wasn't it?
Zito comes in with a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hey, we have celebrity sightings all over this ballpark.
Yeah, Lou Holtz. It's Lou Holtz's twin brother.
Plus he's got to look around this guy. This is a big guy. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Harrison's got 8 for 22 history against Zito. A.J. Ellis is on deck. Inside, 2-2. Dodgers have done a good job playing within the division, and in a lot of ways that will determine how well you've done at the end of the year. This year they're 17-9 against the West.
Well, they got off to a great start. They went 9-1 their first 10 games. Of course, they had their star, Matt Kemp, who has since spent a lot of time in the DL with a really bad hamstring injury.
And they beat up on teams they needed to beat up on. Swing and a miss. You got him.
Oh, that's a good curveball right there. And that's got snap we haven't seen in about 4 games. Just explosive late break. Big curveball. Well, fans, you want to be here in person the next time your Giants take the field, just head to StubHub, where it's easy to find the seats you want. See the Giants in action all season long. Go to StubHub. It's the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Giants. StubHub. Oh, yeah, they use StubHub.
You might come to the park and all of a sudden you're sitting in a seat right next to a pretty girl.
Yeah. Or sit next to a Dodger fan with a 22-pound beard. You never know what you're going to get.
And another strike, and it's 0-2. Juan Uribe is on deck. Zito staying on that part of the plate, the inside part.
Well, that's where he needs to be. Even if he miss on that side of the plate.
And the 1-2 is in the dirt. Sanchez kept that ball in front of him. Rivera thought about it, but because Rivera could see that Sanchez had his sights on it, he did not go.
All you have to do is keep it out in front. Most of the time, you're going to freeze that runner.
Three and two. A walk, a strikeout, and now a 3-2 count Dodgers down by 4. Keep an eye on Juan Rivera. You would not think he would be going. He goes. Ball 4. It's about the only thing that could get you in trouble right now is walks.
Well, that's 3 walks now.
Game 5 in 2010 against the Phillies. Juan Uribe did this. And it came out of nowhere. There was 2 outs in the 8th inning. And Uribe, who probably hit 1 ball to right field the whole year, hits 1 out to right field.
And that was the deciding run. And that was a great night. A great celebration.
Now Zito has had his way with Uribe. He's 2 for 21, but you got to remember, Uribe is the guy that he lets it out. Bochy's getting a little anxious in that dugout. Hey, happy birthday. That's Grandpa Gerald.
Hey, Grandpa Gerald. I'll grab some pine meat.
Shallow center field. It's going to be Melky Cabrera, who thought about going to first, but Belt had gone halfway.
Had him out front, right off the end of the bat, and keep your eye on the left fielder Cabrera coming in. And he immediately looked and saw there was an opening at first base, but Belt was trailing the play. Saying, I got it. Call everybody off and look at him, eyes on the field to see where the runners are. He scans first, he scans left.
He's good.
He's good. He's a baseball player.
Here's Gwynn. Gwynn at 254. And he takes the pitch high. He's 1 for 3 lifetime against Zito. See the defense for Gwynn. They're giving Gwynn almost all of right field. Blanco is playing in right center field. This is about the spot he was playing when he saved Matt Cain's perfect game.
Now that's how you would play a right-handed pull hitter, not a left-handed hitter. They are totally given the line in right field, but it's not something it's not rare. We see that all the time.
Line drive, a little looper. Is this going to be trouble? Crawford runs it down. So Zito pitches through a couple of walks. It remains 4-0 Giants.
Bay Area is brought to you by Eric's Deli Cafe. Only when the salty and sweet are perfectly balanced is harmony achieved. Sandwiches and more with character.
Here at AT&T Park, a 4-run first inning for the Giants. And the hitter will be Barry Zito. Zito's 2 for 23. Takes down low. Uribe is even with the bag at third. Two and 0. I'll say this: he being Evaldi, a really easy motion, and that ball jumps out of his hand. Well, jumps out of the strike zone so far. It's 3-0.
He definitely has a live arm. He really collapses that backside too. He drops. He's a drop and drive guy. It's real low as he starts to drive towards his plant step.
Here's the 3-1 offering to Zito. And he walked him. And listen to this crowd.
Zito taken all the way on the 3-1. That's exactly what Don Mattingly did not want to see. Evaldi put himself in the stretch after a rough first inning.
Here's Blanco. He got some attitude here tonight.
Oh, it's all good too.
Some of the kids.
Hey, it's summer vacation time for fun. Head out to the yard. I'm in.
Dad may have said, "Hey, look, tell him, Mom, I'm going to take the kids out tonight. You can watch the game at home." In some cases, maybe Mom's saying, "I'll take the kids." But make sure you pack that Panda hat. No balls in 1 strike. 0-2 on the breaking ball. Blanco bounced out to open up the first inning for the Giants. Blanco may now just be realizing that Cedarstrom called that a strike.
And that's the one that Angel Pagan sort of rubbernecked back too. They thought it was a little high, but Cedarstrom's been consistent.
Into right center field. This is going to fall. And Zito is going to stop at second.
Now, station to station with Zito on base. He's not fast at all. And really, in effect, he's kind of plugging up the bases. And they had him played over in left center, and this really was a spot in the defense. They didn't think he was going to hit it. He completely burns the scout report. Zito, station to station.
Would you know that what that's like?
Yes, I would. I live life like that.
Up the middle could be a pair. Gordon will step on the bag. He'll throw in the dirt, and it gets away. Zito's going to be at third, and Terrio will be at first. And that's a break.
Well, that is a break, and that's just a young player hurrying a play. He didn't have to hurry. He had all the time in the world. A little nonchalance from the side, and he short hops Rivera, who cannot come up with the backhander. One more look at it. All the time in the world, and they let a double play get away. Now, if you're the Giants, you need to take advantage of it.
Well, there's no error on the play. You cannot anticipate a double play. But if there was ever an error on a double play, it was right there. So here's Cabrera. Cabrera fouls this one at the plate. He dumped a single in the center field in the first and scored. Zito at third. Terrio at first. And now Cabrera behind in the count 0-2.
That's nasty right there. That's 92-mile-an-hour sinking paint on the outside corner at the knees. Matt Kemp still in the DL. Perhaps the best player in the National League. Not able to play with a hamstring problem.
Terrio gets back.
And if you're the Giants and you catch the Dodgers without Kemp, you got to take advantage of it.
Oh, 2 to Melky Cabrera. And that pitch is very high. Those are easy takes if you're a hitter, because once it leaves his hand, you can tell that it's right at your eye level.
And it's just a waste of an 0-2 pitch. You don't want a pitch to be an easy take when you're on top of a guy 0-2.
Two and two.
When Frank Robinson was upset that there was a lot of 0-2 base hits that we were giving up as a pitching staff, he said, "That's it. Next time you guys give up an 0-2 base hit, it's going to cost you $100. And you should have seen the 0-2 pitches. They're like 3 hoppers going in there.
Gary Lavelle once threw one up against the backstop.
He didn't want to lose $100. That was big money back then.
And a full count to Melky Cabrera. I remember Frank standing there looking at us like, did he do that on purpose?
Yes. After 2 games, that rule was taken away.
Full count. See if Terrio is going to be on the move. He goes. Cabrera fouls it out of play on a breaking ball up.
Brought his glove. No question, AT&T leads the world in gloves. More mitts in this ballpark than every other ballpark combined. And that's not an exaggeration. Every night. There's a reward. There's a player.
I'm surprised they don't have like a rent-a-mitt program here.
Rent a mitt.
You forget to take your glove?
Yeah.
Rent one for a game? No. It's early broken in.
Well, what was the donation? If you donated, what, $20 buys a kid a glove? Is that the deal? $10 buy? How about those are good gloves too?
They are. 3-2. Runner goes. Swinging a tapper foul. Terrio standing at second base. He's distraught. He's like, I don't want to go back to first. I've had it.
Get your running in.
Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, I'll get back there. A little out of breath. Give me a minute.
Going hard.
Watch when he gets here. He goes, oh. I think he said, shoot.
Or something like that.
And Cabrera fouls another pitch.
Nice pitch right there at 93 on the inside corner. That's one you have to cover.
And it's one where you're happy you didn't break your back.
You know, I mean, that's a good 2-strike pitch right there. Now, it wasn't in the strike zone, but as a hitter, you can't assume that ball's not going to get called a strike by the umpire, so you have to get after it.
So we got another 3-2 pitch to Cabrera. We will not have another pitch to Cabrera.
You know, but that's a good time for that play. I mean, I don't like that play, but if there is ever a good time, runners at first and third, 1 out, 3-2 count, that's not a bad time to do it.
So here we go. And Cabrera lines it into left field, a base hit. It's 5-0 Giants.
That's one thing that he's not doing as consistently in these last 20 at-bats, going the opposite way deep in the count.
Yep.
So far, it's a 2-hit night for Melky Cabrera, and that's just beautiful hitting. You talk about a solid front side. Watch the head stay still through the swing. Knob lead, barrels it right the opposite way to cover the outside location. Perfect balance in the swing. And Zito can come in and sit down now.
So here's Pagan, who hit a big bouncer that hit the first base bag, and it ended up being a double.
Giants with runners in scoring position tonight, 4 for 6.
We should have shown that graphic a little sooner on the road trip.
Well, I think it's motivated all these Giants hitters tonight.
Pagan lines it into right field. That's a base hit. Terrio is going to be waved in. Ethier is going to throw to second, and it's 6-0. I think the Giants need to show Bruce Bochy. What do you mean you're worried about Buster Posey not being in the lineup, for crying out loud?
Goes down and gets it. They set up away. This thing goes right down on the knees inside corner, drops the head on it, completely away from where they wanted it to go. And Pagan takes advantage of the mistake.
Jamie Wright now headed down to the bullpen. Sandoval's going to hit. Rick Honeycutt's going to come out again.
Well, as Rick Honeycutt comes out to talk to Evaldi, what do you say we ask our trivia question? It's brought to you by AT&T. And the question tonight, can you name the two Giants in the San Francisco era to record 100 or 50 more RBIs versus the Dodgers?
100 more, wow.
150 or more RBIs against the Dodgers. That's the San Francisco era.
It's got to be a couple of the monuments, right?
I would think that.
Yeah. Maybe.
I'm not going to tell
you. Know what?
I don't even want to give you a hint.
Probably not. Somebody that maybe we hardly ever mentioned. That's my guess.
I will say this, though. Those are the type of stats that when you get to the Hall of Fame, they recite the day you get your.
And it may not be anybody from the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Here's Sandoval.
Could be Brian Johnson.
Sandoval doubled in the first inning. And a breaking ball misses. 1 ball and no strike. Cabrera and Pagan are 2 for 2. Sandoval steps out.
Well, Clark, somebody is sitting in your chair.
Peter Fuentes. Ellis knocks it down 2-0. Four in the first, 2 here in the second.
54 pitches. And right now he's pitching for his life.
That's the pitch that Zito did not get in the first inning as well.
See, I think that's a good pitch 0-2. I don't think it's a good pitch 2-0. If you're asking him to throw one out of the strike zone.
Sandoval will have the green light. And he skies it out to left for Herrera, and the ball starts to carry. Tagging is Cabrera, and it is 7-0. Sandoval now with 3 RBIs in the game. And that'll bring up Belt. Belt hit a ball to the right of Hairston at second. Hairston made a nice play. and Belt was retired, so he's up for the second time. And a good curveball for a strike. Belt pops it up, middle of the diamond. It's going to be Gordon, and that'll end the inning. 3 runs for the Giants. On 3 hits and a walk, it's 7-0.
AT&T. The question tonight: name the 2 Giants in the San Francisco era to record 150 or more RBIs against the Dodgers. Our survey should Willie Mays and Willie McCovey.
See, Willie McCovey is here, hiding. There he is. There's Stretch, entertaining some folks. Always a captive audience when Stretch speaks.
And he has great stories about the game of baseball.
Here's Evaldi, who takes low. 0 for 5 this year.
It's great. You go to Stretch. Stretch, how'd you hit Don Drysdale? And he'll tell you every at bat he ever had against him. Hit him good, by the way. Real good. Who was the toughest lefty you ever saw? Bob Veal.
Two balls and 1 strike. I faced Bob Veal in bad lights in Venezuela.
How was that?
That was not good.
He threw hard.
It was not good. Down the right field line and out of play. 2-2.
Was he throwing hard then?
Yes, he was.
Nice play. Grab some pine. Sorry. Too much celebration, and that is a rules violation.
It's amazing how the telestrator doesn't seem to work for about 2 weeks, and then the Dodgers are in town, and now it's overheating.
It just cranks up. You may wonder why Don Mattingly is letting Evaldi hit down 7-0 here in the 3rd inning. Simple. He needs Evaldi to eat up some innings.
Yeah, and he needs to see if Zito will walk him to lead off the inning like he has the first 2 innings. Got him. That pitch might have been meant to be thrown right down the middle of the plate. Here's Gordon as he takes a breaking ball for a strike.
That's a good curveball. He's definitely got snap on that curveball tonight. More so than we've seen the last 3 starts. That's a fastball inside corner.
One ball and 2 strikes. Hit on the ground to Sandoval. Weird hop and a strong throw. And he throws it up against that sidewall. It'll be a base hit.
That's the first hit of the night for the Dodgers. Gordon gets down that line so quickly. Ball had a little spinach on it as Sandoval had to go to his backhand. And really, was not a whole lot that Brandon Belt could do on this throw as it went right into the runner. So I think the play was called correctly. It indeed should be a hit, and it was called a hit.
All right, big boy, I got some numbers for you. You ready?
Yeah, I do.
Willie McCovey against Don Drysdale. Lifetime.
Yeah.
43 for 128. That's a 336 average. 12 big flies. I applaud that, baby.
Nice going stretch.
There you go, Mac. All right, ready for another one?
Yeah.
Big Mac against Sandy Koufax.
Yeah.
6 for 42. 143 average. 1 big fly.
How many strikeouts?
Didn't ask. 15.
15 strikeouts?
Yeah. Here's the 1-0 and a bunt, and it's foul. Big Mac against Mike Krukow. 3 for 16, a double and 5 Ks. Mac, those numbers are for you, baby.
He was scary, I'll say that much.
Yeah, he hit me a ground ball that took a bad hop. It hit me in the head, and literally I was in a fielding slump for 2 years. It was a grass cutter from the moment it left home plate. It just stayed right on the ground, and it hummed.
And then it came up
right at the last second, hit me right on the C on my Cleveland Indians cap. It was bad.
Well, he hit 521 home runs in his Hall of Fame career, and he should have hit 522 because he hit one off me at Candlestick with the bases loaded that went up over the foul pole and into the upper deck, but it wrapped around. When it landed in the upper deck, it was foul, but it went around the foul pole, and it was fair.
Popped up. Terrio Belt. Terrio.
And I think it was John Kibler who was at first base, and he went out to run down the line to call the play, and he stumbled.
Yeah.
And when he looked up, he saw that the ball went around the foul pole and landed in foul territory. I mean, but it was fair by 10 feet. They called it foul. But it's just like a little inside joke between him and me. He's owed one more home run.
It's not inside anymore.
But if I ever gave up a home run to him, I'd have been proud of it. Now. Not then. Now.
Gary Cederson went to chase something down. I don't know what it was. A bug? The hitter is Ethier. Ethier bounced out to Crawford in the first inning. Gordon at first. He had an infield hit. Ethier takes high. The Rock, baby. Back in the 30s, you did something bad, really bad.
Yeah.
You ended up on the Rock.
And they did not take infield at the Rock.
They did not. And a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Infield takes a breaking ball wide. Giants with 4 in the first, 3 in the second, and they lead in this one 7-0. Runner goes, and it's low and away, so Gordon will steal it, his 24th of the year. We'll say this, though, nothing to do about the game, but from our view here, we see a lot. This is one of the clearest nights that we've had this year.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
There's no fog. You look right into the Oakland Hills and out towards the Coliseum. Ethier with a shot into center field, and Pagan's going to catch it to end the inning. It remains 7-0 Giants.
Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Ford, with 3 models delivering 40 mpg or better.
To the bottom of the 3rd inning, 7-0 Giants. 8 hits. They have put on a show offensively here in the early part of this ball game. Anthony Valdi set to work his 3rd inning. He's going to lead it off here and face Hector Sanchez. Had a base hit in his first at bat.
Sanchez, Crawford, and Zito against Evaldi. A lot of hits with men or a man in scoring position, and a number of them with 2 outs. This is one of those games where you can't stop. I mean, you can't let the other team think that they can catch up, but you have to continue to have good at bats. And Sanchez right now is doing that. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Maintain the energy in your lineup. Concentration through 9 innings.
This is hit on the ground to Rivera. 1 out. And here's Crawford. Crawford bounced out to Hairston to end the 1st inning. So here's Eovaldi as he throws the first pitch to Crawford, and Crawford takes low and away. Zito to follow. The Rockies have just beaten Steven Strasburg and the Nationals in Colorado. That's a 4-2 final. This is hit on the ground sharply to Rivera. 2 outs.
You like fresh hot dogs? Well, this is the place to come. There's Vince Gomez, who has been a ball dude for us a number of times.
And he's cleaned out that box there about 3 times.
Oh, he has it set up to when that guy with the hot dogs comes down that aisle, he stops at his seat every inning.
He gets to pick the one he wants, too. Zito drew a walk in the second. And he takes low and in, 1 ball and no strike.
Now that's an example of Gary Cederstrom. You know, that pitch probably is a strike, but because it's not between the knees of the catcher, you don't get it. There are some umpires that just don't do that. Now, if you stretch that target, set it off the plate, and he puts that ball right between the knees and the glove, you don't move it, you will get that strike. So it has its pluses. Ball dudes rock. That's right. They do rock.
Zito with a mighty swing and a miss. It's 2-2. He'd have hit this ball, it'd have gone out. I'm serious. If I'm Barry Zito, you know what I'm saying?
What?
I did that on purpose. 7-0 Giants.
Bay Area is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit HEFINS.com.
Here at AT&T Park, the Giants with a 7-0 lead. This will be the 4th inning. Rivera, Hairston, and A.J. Ellis against Zito. Zito has walked 3, struck out 2. He's had the benefit of 1 double play ball. Yep, my partner.
I want to get that. I want to get that. I want to get that.
My partner. Kryptonite.
Whew.
2-0. 2-0.
It's a good thing we don't have an ice cream machine here in the cafeteria. That would not be good.
Zito pours in a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike. So Zito's a pitch away from walking Rivera for the 2nd time. To right field. Blanco moving over and under. 1 out. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
Dwayne, a difficult time for Major League Baseball and the San Diego Padres organization, who yesterday lost their longtime bullpen coach, Darryl Ackerfeld. He passed away after a 19-month battle from pancreatic cancer. He was just 50 years old. He worked with both SF Giants manager Bruce Bochy and third base coach Tim Flannery when they were with the Padres organization. Both men commenting on Darryl's incredible work ethic. Gentlemen, he continued to go to ball games through most of his battle with cancer. He will be sorely missed, and of course our thoughts are with his family.
Yep, absolutely, Amy. He was one of the good ones and thought very highly of by all the people that you mentioned. So our sympathies to the Padres and to the Ackerfield family. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hairston struck out in the 2nd inning. High, 2-1. On deck is Ellis, A.J. Ellis. 1 hit by the Dodgers. That was the infield hit by D. Gordon. Sandoval from 3rd. 2 outs. And here's Ellis. It's kind of a weird twist in the schedule for the Dodgers. This gentleman's got some attitude. Dodgers were just here. They were just in San Francisco, staying in their usual downtown hotel when they played the Oakland A's. They arrived on Monday night, played Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in Oakland, then flew to LA to play the Angels. And then last night, flying back into town for these 3 games. There's a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, that definitely is some weirdness to the schedule.
It really is.
Up north, down south, up north, and then from here they head back home down south.
And the A's did a huge favor by sweeping those 3 games at the Coliseum. Those scores: 3-0, 4-1, and 4-1.
Dodgers had 8 hits in those 3 games combined.
There's a strike. It's 2-2, and the scores in LA. The Angels beat them Friday night 8-5. The Dodgers came back Saturday and won 3-1. And then yesterday afternoon, the Angels beat the Dodgers 5-3. 2-2 pitch. And it's rolled foul.
Tim Wallach, third base coach, getting that ball.
Got the great nickname,
Eli.
I've never known him by anything other than Eli.
He's a good player. Most of his career with the Montreal Expos.
He's a good third baseman. Got him. Ellis strikes out on an 85-mile-an-hour fastball, and for the Giants, it'll be the top of the order coming up.
Time now for Subway Eat Fresh. Ask Crook and Kite. Visit csnbayarea.com and ask us a question. We're going to answer one a game. This one comes from Peter from Orinda. The question: why didn't the infield fly rule apply when Sandoval dropped the infield fly against the A's on Sunday? Smoothie?
Well, there has to be runners at first and second, or the bases loaded. And in this particular case, there was only a runner at first. And Sandoval then, of course, couldn't hang on to it, but recovered in time to get the force play at second. So the rule is there so that infielders don't drop those pop-ups or let it fall on purpose to try to get a double play. Here's Blanco. And high, 1-0.
And you could do that if you've got 2 or 3 base runners on. You can't do that with one on because you're assuming that the guy who hit the ball is going to run and hard and be at first base.
Yep. But somewhere along the line in the early development stages of this game, people must have been doing that.
Every time.
Blanco right back at Eovaldi and catches it for out number 1. Well, Monday, August 13th is Frank Sinatra Tribute Night at AT&T Park. You need a special ticket. Again, you're going to get a bobblehead, Frank Sinatra bobblehead. You need a ticket to get that. So call 415-972-2298 or visit sfgiants.com/special events. One out, here's Terrio. Terrio takes a strike. He's been on base twice.
Yep, the fog's coming in. They don't call it Fog City for nothing.
Topper to short. Gordon gets rid of it quickly, and Rivera digs it out.
Rivera's getting tested tonight. That's his third nasty. One hopper. He's picked 2 of them. One he could not pick.
Well, Gordon is a very talented young guy. But he's also got 13 errors on here. Many of those are throwing errors. The Milkman's got 2 hits tonight. He scored twice. You know what I did today?
What'd you do?
I checked to see how easy it is to vote for the All-Star game.
Yeah.
They make it so easy to vote 25 times, it's not even funny. And I had this guy, by the way, as one of the 3 outfielders.
Well, I think he deserves to be there. He's been unbelievable. 104 hits and 293 at bats, hit 355. There's another guy who's qualified to go.
Line drive right at Ethier, and that'll end the inning. Yeah, I voted for him too. MLB.com.
25th, 1968. That's when Bobby Bonds hit a grand slam off John Purden in the 6th inning for a smashing Major League debut in a 9-0 rout of the Dodgers. It was the first grand slam by a rookie in the first Major League game since Willie Duggleby hit one for the Philadelphia Nationals in 1898.
Oh, Willie Duggleby.
It's also my son Jarek's birthday. So, Jarek, happy birthday, Pete.
Happy birthday, Jarek. Here's Uribe. Uribe popped out to Melky Cabrera in the 2nd inning. This is the 5th.
Yeah, that's a view I've never seen before from our blimp.
That's the view that we needed on that ball that Seth Smith hit yesterday. I asked Mark Gardner today. He was standing in the bullpen when Smith hit that ball. I said, fair foul. He goes, well, let me just tell you this. Uribe pops it up. It's going to be Pagan. He said it hit right on the line. Our Chevron pitching matchup for tomorrow night, Kershaw against Vogelsong. So check us out right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area at 6:30. Giants pregame live before we bring you game 2 of the series. Kershaw, Vogelsong, and that's our Chevron pitching matchup.
Well, that figures to be a well-pitched ball game. They will have an interesting strike zone. Lance Barksdale will be behind the plate tomorrow, and he can be interesting.
Here's Tony Gwynn, who popped out to Crawford.
It's great. You go into a Major League clubhouse, all you have to do to get a rise out of the guys there is start talking about umpires. And I don't care whatever umpire you suggest, anyone that is in the big league, say, well, what about so-and-so? And you will get mixed opinions.
Oh, absolutely. You may think a guy is not a very good umpire. Well, the guy you're talking to really likes him as an umpire.
Exactly. And there's no moderation. I mean, it's either yay or nay. No middle point whatsoever.
Well, I'm not going to tell you the umpire, but I was with you when you mentioned an umpire to Bruce Bochy. You didn't like the umpire, personally, but Bruce Bochy did. And after you guys rolled around on the ground for a while, you came to realize that Bochy's right.
he's bigger. He's out of my weight class. But the conversation of umpires has been that way since the very first day I've ever been in organized baseball, back in 1973.
And Gwynn with a check swing. Did that fan get winged?
I think
you get a hit in the eyebrow.
Winged, not a solid hit, just a glancing blow.
Yeah, fine.
We're good.
He's starting to swell up, though.
Little mouse head there.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And Gwynn hits one out to Pagan. 2 outs.
Well, Matt Cain made Giants history by throwing the first perfect game in the 130 years of franchise history. And to commemorate this historic game, Giants Dugout Stores are now offering exclusive perfect game merchandise at any of our 8 Bay Area locations. Giants Dugout Stores, the official team store of your San Francisco Giants.
Hey, there's the 2 that hooked up together. Cain and Posey.
What a night that was. Wow.
Breaking ball to Eovaldi. 1 ball and 1 strike. And you find some things out afterward that are somewhat interesting. And one of the interesting things that Matt Cain said was he never shook him off. Not one time did he shake off Buster Posey. One and two. And it's high. So Mike has a t-shirt.
I like the K's in the background. And you've got the pennant. So two ways to remember the amazing night of Matt Cain.
There's also an 8x10 picture that's pretty cool. I'll show it up at more time.
Well, it's something those guys will have in common with the rest of their lives. Because that's the one question that gets asked when a guy goes, well, yeah, I threw a perfect game. Who was your catcher?
So the t-shirt, the 8x10.
Yeah, that's a good picture right there. I like that.
So, hey, 22 times. It's only happened 22 times. Come on. 3 and 2 to Eovaldi. We got him. Bottom of the fifth coming up. The lip. Leo DeRocher, former manager of the Giants, on the Dodgers-Giants rivalry. Leo says the Giants and Dodgers had the greatest rivalry while they were in New York. You could lose 20 straight, but just don't lose to the Dodgers.
That pretty much sums it up.
Leo.
I got a chance to be around Leo DeRocher when I was coming up through the Cubs organization. And he's an amazing baseball mind.
Here's Pagan. Pagan is 2 for 2. Got 2 RBIs. And Eovaldi throws low and in. Pagan, Sandoval, and Belt. Giants with 7 runs on 8 hits. And Pagan lifts this one out of play. Look, Pagan, the Giants' cleanup hitter tonight. He's led off for the Giants. He's hit 5th. He's hit 6th. Two balls and a strike. Mentioned the Dodgers and how well they played against the West. 17-9. Giants are 12-11. He's really quiet around us, Melky Cabrera. Pagan tops this one to D. Gordon, and Gordon with another throw in the dirt and another dig out by Rivera. All right, let's check in with Amy G.
Hey, Dwayne, we've got a new webisode of Bull Shootin'. It's waiting for you guys at csnberry.com, and it's brought to you by GoPro Camera. I sat down with reliever Shane Lukes today. Yes, that X is pronounced. Just ask him. I did. You'll find out. He also talks about his 16 years in professional baseball and how he has acclimated to a Giants clubhouse full of, well, characters. csnberry.com. Gentlemen.
The best part, Amy, about this is how you say, what is it called?
Bull Shootin'.
Here's the pitch to Sandoval, and it's inside. 1 ball and no strike.
I'd get fired. That last 3 days. I'd blow that one up.
Sandoval's 1 for 1 with a sacrifice fly, and he drives it to right. Hit deep. It is off the top of the bricks. And he better go. Ethiers throws into second base, and it is not in time. And the Panda went from thinking he might have hit one out to having to haul tail to get into second base.
Well, every once in a while, he'll remind you why they call him the Kung Fu Panda. Ball hits loud off the wall, and Ethier plays it like he plays here every day. And look at the agility of the move from Sandoval as he goes in and then dives to the inside corner of the bag and then hangs on for dear life. He is entertaining, folks.
Here's Belt. Belt on the ground sharply to Uribe, and he will make the play.
It was Barry Zito that dubbed Sandoval the Kung Fu Panda with a play that was at the plate a few years ago where he kind of did this, but he did it around home plate.
Yeah,
it was at Dodger Stadium.
It was, but the thing about Sandoval is he hooked that corner, and that's what kept him from sliding off the bag.
That's my favorite slide of the year right there. Yep.
Here's Sanchez. Sanchez 1 for 2.
Not to mention he dug a hole around second base you could plant corn in.
Sanchez drives it into right center field. On the move is Gwynn. He is not going to get it. Coming in to score is Sandoval. Sanchez is going to stop at second base for the double. 8-0 Giants. Maybe both those balls home runs in other parks, but not in this one.
Now the two kids from Venezuela putting on a clinic this inning. And here is Sanchez finding a gap. That gives you an idea how strong he is. Not an overswing at all. And watch the front foot go down, and now here comes the hips. It locks the elbow in, the bat head fires, and the ball backspins right through the gap.
Here's Crawford. Crawford takes one wide, 1 ball and no strikes. Crawford fouled as he slices it down the left field line. Jamie Wright heading back down towards that Dodger bullpen down the right field line. The former Giant. I saw Jamie Wright for a year. He's a good guy.
Yes, he was. The best pickoff move for a right-hander I've ever seen.
And a half swing by Crawford. It's now 1-2. Crawford a little flare down the left field line, and Uribe is going to put it away to end the inning. Couple of doubles here in the 5th. Giants pick up a run. They now lead 8-0.
Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, you can try the new Chipotle Chicken Club. Make it a combo with fries and a drink. And by GoPro, the world's most versatile HD camera. Be a hero. Go Pro.
Another sellout crowd here tonight watching the Giants score 8 times against the Dodgers. As the sun goes down, the beautiful shots of this gorgeous city. As Gordon takes a breaking ball up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Every once in a while you'll throw a run that doesn't break. That's it.
Well, and it's hard to describe if you're the color analyst. I mean, Zito's given up 1 hit through 5 innings. He's walked 3, but the next pitch he throws is going to be 89. He's throwing a lot of pitches.
Not many of them out of the stretch, but nevertheless, that is pitch number 89. Two and 1. 2 and 2. Herrera and then Ethier. Terrio to Belt.
Well, the Astros are coming back to San Francisco to kick off the second half of the season, July 13th through the 15th. And that Friday the 13th game, 7:15 game, will be a post-game fireworks show presented by Hanwha Solar. And Saturday, July 14th, 6:05 is Matt Cain T-shirt night presented by Vasca Laundry Detergent. First 20,000 fans. And Sunday, first 25,000 fans will receive a Madison Bumgarner bobblehead presented by PG&E. Go to sfgiants.com and get your tickets.
Herrera lines it. Pagan. He'll put it away. Pagan has caught a couple of line drives in center field.
Help, my best friend is a Dodger fan. Yes. Well, let me help you out here. There you go. That's the best I can do.
Here's Ethier, who lined out to Pagan. Ethier stares at Zito as he gets hit with a breaking ball.
You get hit with a breaking ball, you don't stare a guy down.
Well, you just thrown one to D. Gordon in the same area.
I'm not even sure that's going to leave a bruise. But hey, stank guy, stank guy.
It's a rivalry thing. Come on.
Yeah, why not?
Here's Rivera, who walked in the second, hit a fly ball to right field in the fourth. At the knees, and it's no balls and 1 strike. No balls and 1 strike. On the ground, Sandoval spears it. He'll go the long way, and Belt's got it, and that'll end the inning. It remains 8-0 Giants.
authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LP.
Welcome back to the Coors Light 6th inning. Now it's time for Coors Light Freeze Cam. We go back to the first inning. Angel Pagan steps up against Nathan Eovaldi and does this. A one-hopper right off the first base bag. It goes over the head of Juan Rivera. The Giants would go on to have a 4-run first, and that is your Coors Light Freeze Cam, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
On the hill for the Dodgers will be Jamie Wright, his 15th year at the big league level, 37 years old. 26th time he's come in. 3-2 with a 4.40 ERA. Big, heavy sink. He'll go low 90s with the sinker. He'll also cut the fastball. He's got a curveball and a changeup. One thing that Jamie Wright has done in his career, he's hit a lot of guys.
Yeah, I don't know what Don Mattingly's talking to with Gary Cedarstone.
Jamie Wright in his career has hit 142 guys. That is a lot.
I think Mattingly went out to talk to Cedarstrom to give D. Gordon a chance to get out of the clubhouse or dugout. See him just coming in now. So here's Zito, and Zito takes the pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Rivera moves from first to left. Herrera moves from left to right. And a strike to Zito. Zito has walked and scored in the second. He struck out in the third. Blanco to follow.
Zito will be taken all the way 3-1 here, I would imagine.
And a strike. 3-2. I mean, this may be a spot where you don't want to get on base if you're Zito.
Now, you also don't want to hit one of Jamie Wright's sinkers if it's below the knees, because you'll feel bees in your fingers for 3 months.
Slashed foul down the left field line.
I mean, that's one of the really bad feelings in baseball is getting jammed and having bees run up your thumb all the way to your elbow.
Yep. Hit up the middle. Hairston. Got him.
That was a great play by Hairston. He did have some time, however, as Zito does not absolutely burn down the line. But look at how far Hairston has to go. I mean, when he wasn't making a play, it's almost from the straight shortstop position. Anybody else on the team probably gets a base hit.
So Zito's retired. Here's Blanco. Blanco is 1 for 3. And a shot into center field. So a nice piece of hitting for Gregor Blanco. Giants really need to get him going on again, and that'll be a good thing.
Well, Giants baseball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Dive in at MontereyBayAquarium.org/love.
So here's Terrio. Terrio, a single, reached center fielder's choice, and he bounced out to short. Here he takes a pitch wide.
See, you were raised on a farm. You just watched that advertisement for the Monterey Bay Aquarium, the jellies. You didn't have jellyfish in Lake Michigan.
Here's the 1-0. Hit into right center field, but Gwynn was playing Terrio in that direction. Well, we were raised by a father who couldn't swim, so water was not that popular in our house.
Well, if you're raised in California, you are definitely raised around beaches. And if you go to the beach enough, sooner or later you are going to get stung by a jellyfish, and that is not a good experience.
Here's Cabrera. Cabrera takes a strike. 2 for 3 tonight. His out was a bullet hit to Ethier in right field. Gets jammed on this as he bounces it to Hairston, and that'll end the inning. Giants strand a runner. We'll head to the 7th. 8-0 Giants.
Time now for our Toyota game summary, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. It has been all Giants tonight through 6 innings, no runs, 1 hit, no error for the Dodgers. 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Giants. And it has been Barry Zito tossing a 1-hit shutout here through 6. Lots of explosive offense early in the game, and that's our game summary, our Toyota game summary, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer.
Hairston, Ellis, and Uribe facing Zito, 7th inning. Hairston has struck out and he's bounced out. He's allowed 1 hit. That was an infield hit, a ball hit to Sandoval. And that hit came in the 3rd inning. Here he comes in with a strike. Kershaw and Vogelsong tomorrow night.
It ought to be a dandy.
Lifted into right center field, and it's going to fall. And once that ball hit, we decided we'd go to Amy G.
Let's do it.
All right, Dwayne, as you two well know, a very special night here this evening as we say goodbye to several Giants members who have retired and hung up their gloves and cleats A handful of ball dudes and dudettes are retiring this evening. George Ramirez, Jack Hirschkorn, Emmanuel Franceschetti, Harry Hallsworth, Buell Doretti, and Lynn, my foot still hurts Stein. Thank you all for all the great plays, the really bad plays, and a whole lot of laughs over a decade of great laughs from these guys. All gentlemen.
Right. Thanks, Amy. A couple of base hits here in the 7th. Yeah, that's the thing that I'm probably not going to miss. Is the bad dancing by Leonard.
He might be the greatest ball dude of all time.
It was really amazing. I stood next to Leonard, and he kicked me like 3 times. He has no idea how big his feet are.
Oh, they are baseball magnets.
Seriously, Leonard, sit down. Stop. Breaking ball to Uribe.
He took his ball dude duty seriously.
He did.
George Campos heading down to the Giants bullpen now.
Foul down the right field line. Uribe said 2 pop-ups in the game. One's to left, one's to center. He's looking for that one pitch to hit in the bleachers. And that was a pretty good pitch right there. It's 1-2.
Tried to backdoor with that big curveball, and he didn't miss by a whole bunch. Just a wee bit outside.
Should have thought it was a strike. Lifted out to Cabrera. I'll tell you what Zito's done, at least to Uribe. He's missed the sweet spot on Uribe's bat 3 times.
Yep. And that's exactly what he wants to do. I mean, he wants to pitch the contact. He wants to just get you off balance and take the sting out of your at bat. That's his whole goal. 103 pitches on the night. And he's probably going to be his last inning here because of the pitch count.
Gwynn has popped out and flied out. At second, Hairston. Ellis is at first. Gwynn lifts one out to Melky Cabrera, who's on the move. He said, I got it, and he does. And Melky likes to throw, so he's going to try to throw behind any runner that is getting a little froggy. 2 outs. And Loney now will hit. Remember, he came in on the double switch.
The numbers for Loney, 248, 2 home runs, and 21 RBIs, and he really is struggling to find playing time. He's kind of fallen out of favor in Los Angeles.
And a strike to Loney.
See the success that Zito has had against Loney. No 71 lifetime.
One and one to Loney. 2 runners aboard with 2 outs. And nice play by Hector Sanchez. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Your goal is not necessarily to catch it, just keep it in front of you. And especially with an 8-run lead, I mean, nobody's going to take an extra bag unless they absolutely know they can make it.
He's getting better and better, isn't he?
He is. He's basically learning everything about the catching position here at the big league level, and it's not an easy place to learn.
Loney lifts one out to Blanco, but it's going to be Pagan calling out Blanco, and that'll end the inning. Bottom of the 7th, it'll be Pagan to lead things off.
It's 8-0 Giants, 6.5 innings into this game. Time now for our AT&T reverse replay. We go back to yesterday, and the first inning with 2 outs, 1 on. Buster Posey does this. He gets a mistake from A.J. Griffin and spanks it right into the bleachers for his 10th home run of the year. But that would be it. That would be all the Giants would score. And that is our AT&T reverse replay. Buster a night off.
Yep. Here's Pagan. Pagan's 2 for 3.
Well, 109 pitches into his outing. That's what Zito has done tonight. 6 base runners, 3 by hits, 3 by walks.
And Jamie Wright falls behind 2 balls and no strikes. 11 hits for the Giants. And the pitch to Pagan is down low. 3-0.
Jamie Wright has been with 9 different teams in his big league career.
And a 4-pitch walk. Well, hitting the road, you can't watch the Giants on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Well, shame on you. But you can take the Giants with you with MLB.TV. Subscribe to MLB.TV today. See every out-of-market Giants game live online in HD. How do you do it? Well, you visit sfgiants.com. MLB.TV, baseball everywhere. Pagan on base for the 3rd time. Here's Pablo Sandoval. And we're starting to see Pablo Sandoval get back that stroke he had before he was injured.
Yeah, he's not swinging as violently as he was when he first got off the disabled list, and he's starting to stay more into that strike zone, which are his keys. Control the bat head. Talking about Jamie Wright, he's been with 9 different teams. I tell you, there's a testimony as to how good a guy he is. When you were with the team, as he came up with Colorado, they brought him back. And it happened in his career twice. He's had 2 stints with Colorado and 2 stints with Kansas City.
Here's the 0-2 to Sandoval. And Sandoval bounces this one into right field, a base hit. So it's a 3-hit night for Sandoval.
And that was not a bad 0-2 pitch either from Jamie Wright. I mean, I think it was a breaking ball down just right below the knees. And when you get it going and you start to get hot, you start finding that those ground balls will punch a hole through the infield.
So here's Belt. You know, the jigsaw puzzle would be, where's the Dodger fan? Seriously, I bet that guy lost the bet. I bet he's a Giants fan, and for whatever reason the joke was, is this is what you have to wear to the game. And he's miserable. And that was the intent.
It just doesn't figure.
No, it doesn't.
She's enjoying it. She's been horse laughing him for 7 innings.
Belt lifts down the left field line and out of play.
And she may have been the one that he had the bet with.
Absolutely. And by the way, you cannot act like you're having fun at any time.
She's having a ball. He's not.
It is a comical shot, I have to tell you.
You saw Scott Elbert, the lefty, the only lefty in the Dodgers bullpen, getting up to start throwing.
Outside the belt, 2-2. Yep. We just saw you on TV.
Dude, you just got eliminated. Phone call at the ball yard.
And Belt strikes out swinging.
Well, aerial coverage brought to you by Hangar One, made right here in California in an actual aircraft hangar. As always, the shots that we've received tonight have been unbelievable.
As you look into the park, the cove.
A little bit of an illusion there. You look, it looks like the field is below the water level.
It does. Sanchez has got a single and an RBI and a double and an RBI. And he takes one right down the pipe, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Remember, Giants 3 games back coming in. Trying to get it to 2 back before Clayton Kershaw and Vogelsong go at it tomorrow night. And 3 pitches, and Sanchez strikes out. So after the base hit by Sandoval, Jamie Wright went with the invisible pitch. You know, we didn't have dinner tonight.
There's no place on this planet where a hot dog tastes better than at a ballpark.
Here's Crawford. Crawford shoots one off of right. And there'll be no play. And they'll throw behind Pagan, and the bases are loaded.
A bad break there for Brandon Crawford as that ball was died on the mound. And that ball goes in the outfield. That's an RBI.
I think right now he'll be happy with the hit.
And watch Pagan. Jeez. Adrian Johnson, the third base umpire, calling that one on the seat of his pants. All right, watch the umpire. Save!
That's what happens when you wear those soft spikes.
Yep. Save!
Here's Sherholtz.
Yep, yeah. Game will make you laugh at yourself. Better not ever be afraid to do it.
In the dirt. Nice play, Ellis. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, Crawford's got a hit. He's now 1 for 4. That'll save his night. Sherholtz to left field. And it's right at Rivera who makes the running catch to end the inning. 8th inning coming up. Up to the minute news right in your hand. Breaking news, weather, and video of today's big stories on NBC Bay Area app. Download it for your iPad, iPhone, and Android device and do it now. Giants 8, Dodgers nothing. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
New pitcher now for the Giants would be George Cantos. 5th time that he has come in. No record yet. A very good ERA, 1.50. No walks, 7 strikeouts in 6 innings pitched. And we've really been impressed with the slider of George Cantos. A fastball that'll go low 90s. Hard slider. He's got a curveball and a changeup. But his slider's got straight down bite to it, and it is effective against both lefties and righties. It's a good one. You get ground balls and you get swings and misses off it.
So D. Gordon will lead it off. Gordon takes a strike.
91 mile an hour challenge right out of bed. After you've seen Zito all night long, you look at 91, it's got to seem a bit faster.
Towards the hole and into the hole. 2 Giants infielders go for that ball, and it squirts to the outfield. All right, let's check in with Amy G.
All right, Dwayne, tomorrow is Tuesday. That means it's Say Hey Tuesday, a CSN authentic Say Hey Tuesday in Willie Mays Plaza. Willie will be bringing you live coverage starting at 5 o'clock with Chronicle Live, a Sportsnet Central at 6, and a Giants pregame live at 6:30. Now, gentlemen, if people did not get a Brian Wilson gnome, there is still a shot. And they are highly encouraged to dress like gnomes themselves to bypass those in line for one of the 500 gnomes left. It's at Say Hey Tuesday, CSN Authentic tomorrow, guys.
All right, thanks, Amy.
First pitch change up from Conto's just a bit low. It's really the gnome.
Herrera 0 for 3. We're talking in between innings about the Cardinals-Marlins game. And you want to talk about a game where if you're the Marlins, you're shaking your head. They're playing at home. They go to the ninth with a 6-2 lead, and their closer coming in. This is a strike. Heath Bell gave up 4 runs in the ninth. Cardinals tie it and then go on to win an extra inning. Wow. Ouch.
They have had a horrendous month of June.
The Marlins are now 34 and 39, and when the Giants played the Marlins, they were the hottest team on earth. Cabrera's right there to make the catch.
I think the Marlins are either 4 and 17 or 4 and 18 in the month of June. I mean, this is after you're right. We saw them in May. We thought they were all set to make a run.
Well, now that they find themselves in last place in the East. I mean, Giancarlo Stanton was hitting the ball all over the place. Infante was just on fire. And it is all falling apart right now in Miami. And, you know, when that happens, now you got to worry about a new park with low attendance. Here's Adam Kennedy. Kennedy will look at a breaking ball for a strike. Eight 0 Giants here in the 8th inning. Kennedy lifts this one out to Pagan. Pagan not playing very deep, and he'll put it away in front of Crawford. Don't forget, Hyundai Sportsnet Central comes up tonight after Giants postgame live. And where can you see it? Well, you can see it right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Here's Rivera. Rivera walked in the second. Since then he's flied out and he's bounced out. Kevin Youkilis made his debut today in a White Sox uniform.
How'd he do?
1 for 4.
Single?
Kevin Youkilis hit a single.
It's going to be weird looking at him in another uniform other than the Red Sox.
There's a pitch low. He played in a loss. The Twins beat the White Sox 4-1. Pretty classy move yesterday when Youkilis was coming off the field for a pinch runner, and by that time it was really no secret that they were taking him out because in the middle of the game he'd been traded. Low to Rivera.
Well, he got a chance to say goodbye to the faithful there at Fenway, and I'm sure that's a moment he'll never forget.
2 world championships for Youkilis.
He was a good Red Sox player.
Not quite sure how fairly he was treated. Rivera takes the walk. And here's Hairston. Hairston is 1 for 3.
That's the one part about being a big league player that stinks. Getting old. And it happens to everybody.
Yeah, it's unavoidable. So here's Contos to Hairston. And it's a strike. Well, you hear it all the time. The hardest thing to do for a manager is to manage a future Hall of Famer at the end of his career. Fall back as Hairston had a rip, but I guess more than anything, the future Hall of Famer is probably going to end up managing himself.
Yep. But I mean, the hardest part about it is you can no longer do the things that you did throughout your whole career. Now all of a sudden you need more rest between starts. You don't want to give up playing time. You've always had. I mean, we watched it here with Barry Bonds his last couple of years. It's a tough transition.
This pop-up over by the on-deck circle, and it's out of play.
But if I'm an older player, if I'm a Hall of Fame player, I want to play for Bruce Bochy. We watched him handle Tony Gwynn. We watched him handle Barry Bonds.
He spent a lot of time talking to both of those players as to what they really wanted to do. Hey, look, the Giants traded Willie Mays. What? They did? Yes. Oh, and 2 to Jerry Hairston. Hairston started to go but held up.
It's a good 0-2 slider though. You saw the break on the slider. It's a straight down biter. And the beautiful thing about that pitch is not only will you get swing throughs, you'll get ground balls.
Gordon at second, Rivera at first. Defense straight away and shallow. And that'll do it. As Campos gets the strikeout. 2 Dodgers stranded. Top of the order coming up.
All you do is call 888-996-TIPS or email the unit at NBCBayArea.com. 8-0 Giants. We're in the bottom half of the 8th inning. When it's time for change, the Expedia Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. The new pitcher for the Dodgers will be the only lefty in their bullpen, Scott Elbert. It's the 31st time he's come in. You see 21 1/3 innings pitched. That means he's been pretty much a situational lefty. And Elbert's got good stuff. 3/4 release, 90-94 on the velocity with that fastball. Curveball and a slider to complement it. 23 strikeouts in 21 innings. Tells you he's got good stuff.
And he throws to Blanco, and Blanco spins out of the way of a breaking ball. Terrio to follow. Kennedy is now in left field. De Jesus is at second base. Ivan De Jesus. Blanco pops it back and out of play. Blanco tonight has a couple of hits. Trying to get back on track.
Well, he could have had 3. He had one that he lined right back to Eovaldi back in the 4th inning. And Eovaldi sort of found by accident. Sharp line drive right back up the middle.
Ball caught pitcher.
Ball caught pitcher.
Breaking ball 2-2. Reds will be in town on Thursday. They beat the Brewers tonight 3-1. Latos wins that one. He outpitched Giovanni Gallardo. A good pitching matchup. Full count. When you play the Reds for 4 games, you pretty much know that by Sunday at about 4 in the afternoon, you're going to be sick of Joey Votto.
Yeah. He is having some kind of season.
Tired of that guy. Did not go, and the walk. And Brandon Phillips, too. That's their deadly combination. Here's Terrio.
I mean, between now and the All-Star break, the Giants, their schedule's rough.
It is.
They finish out this series with the Dodgers. They're a first-place team. Then they take on the Reds. They're a first-place team. Then they go to Washington. They're a first-place team. And they close out the last 3 games of the first half with 3 in Pittsburgh. And the Pirates are in second place in the National League Central.
Strap them on. Go get them, boys.
Hey, it's the big leagues.
Giants will spend the 4th of July in our nation's capital. As a matter of fact, the 4th of July game is an 11 o'clock game in the morning in Washington, D.C., 8 o'clock here in the Bay Area. Well, that's right. A pregame live will be at 7:30. Wait till you see those guys at 7:30 in the morning. Seriously.
Yep. Well, I'm looking forward to the 4th of July celebration in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I've never seen Greg Papa do anything at 7:30 in the morning.
No. His hair does not work at 7:30 in the morning.
What do you bet he takes that day off? What do you bet he does? I bet he will not accept the challenge.
Yeah, he's already called it sick.
2-2 to Terrio. And Terrio does the dance. Now, Ray looks like that at 10:30 p.m. or 7:30 a.m. He looks the same.
Same. Our CSN Bay Area insider, Ray Ratto.
Somebody's informing Ray that we're showing him on TV, and he doesn't quite know what that means. He has a general idea that we're saying unpleasant things about him. Terrio foul down the right field line. There's the insider.
Andrew Baggerly. You can see the Northwestern stickers on his computer. He puts one for every Northwestern win.
That's Kate the Great Longworth. And we got the whole crew here. And then, as we like to call him, Mr. Happy. Terrio fouls it again.
We've been around Ray Rattle for a long time. He was a beat writer when we were players. And back in those days, the press and the beat writers would travel on the plane with the players. So you really do get to know Ray Rattle, Bruce Jenkins, Nick Peters.
And this is grounded to Loney. Loney goes to Gordon, but nobody's covering first.
Yeah, Elbert made a mistake there, did not cover.
Tune into the Murph and Mac Morning Show on KNBR tomorrow morning. I'll talk about this game, and I will choose the subjects tomorrow with Murph and Mac on KNBR 680.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
Here's Cabrera. Cabrera fouls it out of play. See the middle of the order, what they've done tonight? 7 for 10. You take that?
Yep. Take 7 for 10 just about every day from the middle of the order. He'll do very well.
Cabrera's numbers right-handed are video game numbers. As he swings and misses. 36 for 85. He's hitting .424 right-handed. And that was the broadcaster's jinx. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm blaming that one on you.
Here's Pagan. Well, you know what? It's probably a good thing. Cabrera and these guys see Elbert in this game. They're going to see him again tomorrow and maybe even Wednesday.
Well, I mean, that's the risk you run when you're Don Mattingly and you're bringing a guy in for some work and he's your only lefty in the pen. Ideally, you like to save him, but guys need to get some work. That's what this is.
Shane Lukes is in the Giants bullpen. Pagan 2 for 3. He's been on base 3 times. He drew a walk in the 7th inning. Let's check out Pagan's splits as a switch hitter. .311 hitting left-handed. .264 hitting right-handed. Low. Crowd tonight, 42,164. This is fouled out of play. The broadcasters had kind of a mid-afternoon brunch, lunch, dinner at Momo's with an auction winner from KNBR, and there's quite a few people out and about at 3 o'clock.
Yeah. He's very busy, very active around the ballpark today. A bit unusual, but then you consider it's the first time that the Dodgers have been here. And what we saw early were a lot of Dodger fans.
Yep. But we had a good time today at Momo's. It was really enlightening. It was the first time that I actually saw Dave and John drink heavily before a game.
Yeah.
Pagan out swinging, and that'll end the inning. Just kidding. And Mr. Happy writing down strikeout.
Seattle tonight at 10:30 p.m. right after the Giants postgame live. You'll see it right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Join Damon Andrews and Jamie Sire, and they'll take you inside the clubhouse for reaction to this game. They'll be talking about the latest on possible Warriors draft moves, and you can meet the rookies. The Raiders. Here it's 8-0 in the top of the 9th inning, and Shane Lukes is the new pitcher for Bruce Bochy. Take a look at what Lukes has done. 10 games, no record, 4.80 ERA.
Facing A.J. Ellis, and a big swing and a foul off the bat of A.J. Ellis. Ellis singled in the 7th inning. He is one of the 4 hits for the Dodgers tonight. Zito is terrific. He went a strong 7, allowing 3 hits. Inside to Ellis, 1 ball and 1 strike. Uribe, and then Gwynn. This is the 9th. We can tell by the scoreboard, and we can tell by our friends called the Seagulls. There's a foul back and out of play.
Uribe on deck, chalk it up.
Got him, and Ellis knew it.
That's a nice pitch right there. He goes back door with a 93-mile-an-hour sinker and just nails the outside corner. Look at Sanchez set up, give a target, and he doesn't move his glove. Bang, right there. See you later.
So here's Uribe. Uribe, 3 balls hit in the air. He's 0 for 3. Bounces this one to Crawford. Crawford stays with a tricky hop. 2 outs. And the hitter will be Tony Gwynn.
And this is a big inning for Shane Lukes. I mean, he's had a couple rocky outings. His last 2 times on this road trip were not good outings for him. So this is a big inning. It's not just an 8-0 game to him. This is a big moment. Plus he gets to get the last out, and that's a reward.
Gwynn looks at a strike. Gwynn has hit the ball in the air 3 times, and he's 0 for 3. Out of play, 0-2. So Luke's a new baseball as he rubs it up.
I'll say this for him, he hasn't left.
He has not. And that's foul, and that got hit for Sanchez. Sanchez is thinking, almost the last pitch of the game, I got to get dinged right in the ear.
Let's see what happens. Something broke on the helmet.
It did.
And it rocked him.
It did. I thought I saw something come off of that helmet.
Yeah, it looked like there were little flecks, little pieces. Maybe it had been paint. I don't know.
Could have been paint.
Here's the back of the helmet. You see the fingernails that he has on there. Those are the game signs that catchers are using now to enhance the tips of their fingers, so it's a little bit easier for pitchers at night to get the signs.
Yeah, a good shot of Buster Posey standing by his catcher's gear.
You're definitely concerned about your catchers, man, when you're a catcher getting a day off. Then you see some of the paint that got chipped off.
Down low. So it's 1-2. And that's a fair ball right over the bag at third. So Gwynn slaps it down the line. And Gort, or make that Gwynn into second base with a double, and that's going to allow Loney to come up.
Terry, Tony Gwynn Jr. reminding us all of his father on that swing of the bat.
That's not a foul.
And how many times have you seen Tony Gwynn Sr. do this in his Hall of Fame career? I mean, that's not a hanger. It's a sinker on the outside corner with movement running away from Gwynn. It just takes it right inside the line at third base. Almost breaks both ankles, but he gets the double.
So here's Loney. Loney bounces this one to Terrio, and that's the ball game. So game one in this three-game series, it goes to the Giants. And Mike, it was early scoring, and it was good for Zito.
Well, Zito was fantastic, and they gave a nice cushion to work with early in the game. But well, I'd say after the emotion the Giants saw over the weekend in Oakland, this did not have a lot of drama to it, and I think it was a nice win. They didn't have to use their closer exactly the way that Bruce Bochy drew it up.
All right. Final score, Giants 8, Dodgers nothing. Esurance Giants postgame live with interviews, and the wrap is coming up. But first, let's go to the Sportsnet Central studio for an update. Thanks for watching Giants Baseball.